Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do an easy breakfast casserole inspired by stuff that I found on Pinterest. If you guys are new to my channel, hi, my name's Jeri-Ann. I like to do cooking and Dollar Tree hauls and shop with me's, but not so much anymore, and decorating and cleaning and all the things. Well, I often get inspired by Pinterest or websites or catalogs or cooking shows, but then I like to take it and twist a little bit of myself or inject a little bit of myself into it, okay? So this recipe was inspired by a casserole that I saw on Pinterest. I basically looked up, breakfast casserole with, actually not breakfast casserole, I looked up breakfast with crescent rolls, and found this amazing looking thing. And of course, then I doctored it. I made it. Well, here's what I do, in case you're interested. I make it by its original recipe. I did give it a taste test, and I said, what would I do different next time? So this is actually the perfected, well, my perfected recipe. It may not be what you want, but I'm going to try to remember to link the actual recipe in the description box down below in case you're interested. And down in the description box, you'll also find a list of ingredients because I always list them down there as well. So what I have here is about 8 slices of bacon, this regular thin cut bacon. And we're going to put this into a 9 by 13 casserole dish, but I'm only going to make it 2/3 bacon, 2/3 sausage. The middle third will be bacon and sausage. So the original recipe was just sausage, and the original recipe only had 5 eggs. But even when I made the original recipe the first time, I actually made 6 eggs because with 8 biscuits or 8 crescent rolls or 8 servings, it really didn't seem like enough eggs, in my opinion. And I was right because I actually ended up adding more. So what we're just going to do is on a medium, a high burner, I set my burner on high and then I lower it to medium. We're going to render down the fat and crisp up these bacon pieces. Now, when I put bacon in, when I cook bacon in a recipe like the, faux carbonara that I make for Mom, I make it crispy because that kind of goes on like a topping. But when I'm going to make it in something that I'm going to continue to bake, I kind of undercook it a little bit so it doesn't get too crispy in the casserole. Okay, so what I have here is my assistant, thank you Jim, and 10 eggs and about a 1/4 cup of milk. That's optional. When I make scrambled eggs, I actually add water, but whenever I do a casserole, for some reason I feel like milk is just gives it a little bit of something, a little something special. If you're interested in how I brown bacon, I know that sounds silly, but a lot of people are. I cut it up. This particular casserole, I cut all the bacon lengthwise, and then I chopped it into little tiny squares. I use a slotted spoon so that when I scoop it out, I can save the bacon grease for cooking and other things, okay? And then I just render off half the fat halfway through. So basically what I do is I have this metal cup. It's sort of like a camping mug that my dad gave me a long time ago. And what I do is I use the slotted spoon to pour out the bacon grease into the cup. And then I continue to fry it. It fries much better and less grease. So if you can manage to pour off half the grease and then continue frying it, you'll get a much better result. And then I'm taking my slotted spoon, the tip of my slotted spoon, and I'm kind of using the bacon grease to clear up some of the big meat particles that are left on the bottom. It's just going to help me clean it later. I pour the rest of the grease in the pan and then I go ahead and I wash it. Clean as you go. It's the best way to do it. Okay? Now, clean as you go. Don't be a bad person who doesn't clean as they go. If you're going to use this glass service cooktop and you're going to use Benihana method of cleaning it, just be careful if you have a, I don't know, if you tend to be less than graceful. Sometimes I'm less than graceful. Or if you are sensitive to heat, you want to use the tongs when you're doing that. So I will tell you that I'm about to sit down and tell you the whole recipe. In this beginning, I want to just show you how we brown the bacon, how we're going to chop up the sausage with the meat chopper. You guys have asked me about this meat chopper. I actually found this small one at the Dollar General, but I bought my original meat chopper. It's the Hamburger Helper variety from Betty Crocker. I found it at Walmart.com. So I mean at Walmart, excuse me. So if you guys are interested, that's the best thing that I think it's like the greatest invention. That's why I bought a second one. So we're just going to chop up all of the sausage. I wanted to tell you variations really quick while I'm doing this nonsensical work. I'm about to chop up the, I'm about to grate the mozzarella cheese as well. So, but for variations on this, I will tell you that my brain automatically went to a breakfast sandwich my mom used to get at the deli across the street from where I grew up. And it was called a double mess. So it was 2 slices of bacon, 2 slices of sausage, 2 slices of ham, 2 slices of cheese, and 2 eggs on a roll or bagel or whatever you wanted to put it on. So as I was thinking about that, I used to love a bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel. And I was, wow, Jeri, if I wasn't making this for my mother-in-law, I would definitely put some everything bagel seasoning on it. I would fear, though, making one egg mixture combination, that if I did do my third like that, then it could seep over into her flavors and seep over to her side. So if I do ever make this just for me and Jim, or if I do decide to make it in a single sort of like loaf pans, then I would definitely put some everything bagel seasoning on it. But again, if your family likes flavor, you can always season this. You can use garlic, onion powder would be great. Definitely 100%. You could use taco seasoning. Now, when I make my casserole, it's usually with taco cheese, which has seasoning in it. And then everybody really loves that. But you could also just grate some onion, and that'd be great too. So here's what we have. We have a block, 8 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese. We have a little bit of this left, so I'm going to add it. I have a box of 10 sausages, microwaved. You're supposed to do 2 minutes, but we did them for 90 minutes because I don't need them super hot because they're going to continue to cook in here. But I wanted them not frozen so that I could chop them. I also have 8 slices of bacon, chopped and then browned. Mom likes hers crispy, so I did cook them a little longer than I would normally in a quiche. And then I have 10 eggs and about a 1/4 cup of milk, just whisked together the best you can. This is a roll of crescent dough. This is from Aldi. You can season your eggs to your desire. Growing up in the restaurant business, or the diner business technically, I didn't grow up in it. My dad, I was trying to get to, sorry. My dad growing up in the diner business, he often called them restaurant eggs, where if you're making a dish, say you're, making a specific kind of casserole or whatever, you can season your eggs. But when you go to like Denny's or a restaurant and get breakfast, usually the eggs aren't seasoned ahead of time. Okay. So sometimes, not often, but rarely, you get very uncooperative biscuit dough out of a can. So normally this rolls out perfectly. There is 2 rows. Each one has 4 crescent rolls in triangular cuts. But for some reason, the bottom outside roll got destroyed. So I actually separated the 2 rows in half, just to make it manageable. It's kind of funny because you could do something 1,000 times, and when you go to show somebody how to do something, you mess it up. You could do something perfect 1,000 times, and then when you go to show somebody something goes wrong. It's Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law is in effect today, folks. I'm telling you, I don't know why. Like, literally, I can't find the beginning of this biscuit, this croissant, and I found the beginning of the one that it was attached to, so it really should have been together. That one croissant is like shredded. Oh, I ask all the time, why do you guys love me? Gosh, because I'm real. Because I tell you, this is what happens to real people. Real people sometimes get messed up too. Chefs have a bad day in the kitchen sometimes as well. It's real life, baby. Okay, let's see if we can't put this crescent back together again. So that definitely goes there. This is like Hot Mess Express. There we go. I think that's how it's supposed to be with all of this stuff here in the middle. It's so weird. Okay, so now that I've melted down, you want to pinch. I found it best to just pinch, almost like, oh my God, his cheeks are so cute. I just want to pinch him like that. That's what I found the best. I come up the sides a little bit with my fingers. I'll show you around. just pinch. Okay, and then come up the sides a little bit with your fingers. Whenever you see a hole, just pinch it closed. So here's this one, and we have to reassemble this biscuit, this croissant, this crescent roll. Sorry, I forgot they're not croissants. So you gotta pinch, push. Okay. So I will share the pin where well, actually, I shouldn't say that. When I researched it the first time, I found her recipe, I doctored it up a little bit. But then I went to go find it again. Why is this not laying flat? So weird. When I went to go find the recipe again, I found another one. So apparently there's a lot of them. So what I do for my family is I do half sausage. Now, Jim and I both like sausage and bacon from time to time, but Jim really loves sausage the most. So what I do is I go to the halfway mark and then over a little bit. So maybe 2/3. Let's say that, 2/3. And then I come on with the 2/3 of bacon. And I do the same thing, and I overlap the bacon and the sausage in the middle. Because Mom likes the crispy bits, if I can find the less than crispy bits and put them in the middle, that will be better for her. Okay, do you see that? Okay. And the next thing is the cheese. So get all the cheese out, because no man left behind when it comes to cheese. And then the fell off and the fall off. So we just spread this one thin layer of mozzarella. In this house, mozzarella doesn't bother anybody's tummy, so we use it. Okay, and then we're gonna add our egg mixture on top. Okay. And again, I don't season these because my family doesn't really do seasons that much. Well, Mom doesn't, so you know I leave it out for her. But again, you can season it with whatever you want. But we did find that the bacon and sausage is actually tasty enough. And you just want to spread this all over. So the first time I made this in the original recipe was for 5 eggs, and then I made it for 6 eggs, and I was like, when we were finished, I was like, that wasn't enough eggs. Now I'm just gonna take that same fork and I'm just gonna spread it all out the best I can. Some egg everywhere, some cheese everywhere, okay? Pop it in a 375 oven for 35 minutes. So I'm actually setting my oven for 30 minutes. But I will tell you, I actually went ahead and I reduced it. Because at the halfway mark, which is about 15 or 20 minutes, you want to try to turn it in your casserole dish. You turn it in your casserole dish, turn your casserole dish in the oven. So it bakes evenly. And then after... had to wipe away the fog. This is what it looks like after 30 minutes. It is beautiful. We probably could have done 5 minutes less, to be honest with you, but it came out perfectly. It's done well in the middle. It is the cheese, mozzarella cheese. If you've gotten really good pizza, you notice how it does brown, especially. So what I've done is I've let it sit in the pan for a total of 5 minutes, just to let all of the egg firm up a little bit and just the flavors just to become like even. And then we're going to divide it in 8. So each piece is basically the equivalent of 1 crescent roll, 1 1/4 of an egg, and then an ounce of mozzarella cheese, and then whatever little meat you put on there. The 100% bacon side has roughly 2 slices of bacon per piece. The totally sausage side, again, has roughly 2.5 sausage per slice. And the ones in the middle have the same, have about 2 slices. Actually, the ones on the right have 2 slices of bacon and 1 sausage, and the 2 on the left probably, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying. So if you were paying attention to calories or to portion or whatever, that's why I mention it. Now, the reason we opted to add egg and to add extra meat was because it's important for us, especially at a certain age, to eat a certain amount of protein before our carbohydrates. Basically, you want to have more protein than carbs. And the original recipe had this being very carb heavy. Let's put it that way. But you know, we have the cheese, we have the egg, we have the added cheese, we have the meat, and all of that just to portioned out to 1 crescent roll. So it actually makes it a lot better. But you can see here that each slice is absolutely beautiful. Mom's got an air pocket, yay. The 2 corner slices will be just bacon. The other 2 corner slices will be just sausage. So that does make it easier when you're dealing with your leftovers. And the middle pieces we basically put them into a Tupperware container or a lock container, and we use them for the next couple of days. They actually reheats really well from the refrigerator. I like it 45 seconds in the microwave. Jim likes it a little hotter. He likes a minute in the microwave, and that's all it needs. The biscuit, no, it's a crescent roll, is basically done to perfection under there. Even this well done with the cheese, but it's not really well done. But the cheese this brown, the biscuit is still beautiful under there. Now you could go ahead and butter it if you wanted to. Barbecue, any kind of sauce, any kind of toppings would be great. But there it is. I would like to let you guys know that I really appreciate all your support. What's going on with the channel and the YouTube. I really appreciate all the love and support you guys give me. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm trying to get more cooking out there for you as per requested. And if you haven't yet, click subscribe, and when you do, a little bell will pop up. When you ring that bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I upload a new video. And if you have any questions at all about this recipe or about any cooking or whatever, then just leave them in the comments down below. I'll make sure that I get to them as soon as I possibly can. And as always, you guys take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye.